All right. Happy almost end of your 8th grade year. Can't believe it is already here. Hopefully you're able to turn in all your devices. I wasn't able to get all of the information ahead of time. I do have a general idea of how many devices are missing. Just be aware that if you did not turn in a device, that doesn't mean that you gave it for a ticket, that you never got it back. That doesn't count. If you turned it in for a ticket and because it was broken and you had a loaner, but you had already turned it in, that means you had it and your teacher would have made a note on it. That's fine. If you didn't turn in a device at all, that's $300. If you lost it, if it's damaged beyond repair, that will be $300. If we have if you are missing a charger, we're going to see how many we need to get. And then we're going to contact you directly. You're going to come down to the main office, and all of that needs to be settled up before Wednesday's promotion. All of it needs to be settled. So if you're missing a device, if you didn't turn one in at all, obviously we'll have to settle up that $300. And then if you are missing a charger by that day, we'll have to, you'll come down, you'll be called down to the main office, and whether you have it, lost it, it's somewhere, you have a couple days, please make sure we need it tomorrow before, as soon as you come in. So it's not a concern on Monday, and then Tuesday when we practice, and Wednesday. So hopefully that went well. If any teachers have questions about anything like we went over this morning during our meeting, just you can email me and or Miss Amaral, and we'll follow, and Dr. Kreiness, and we'll follow up with you on to make sure we have any questions addressed. Obviously, missing devices is most important, chargers second, and then we'll take care of all the little damage here and there as we go. So that being said, we got a couple things in the next few minutes. I just want to review. First, had some questions on who is speaking at promotion. So I was able to talk to the people who were speaking at promotion on Friday before we left individually. I spoke to them, but I'll announce it now, and you'll hear more from them as we actually practice for a promotion ceremony. First, Alana Remy is going to speak both English and in Spanish. Sazid Rob is also going to speak. Aliyah Jean Charles is going to share a poem. Hussein Al-Makdad is going to share a little bit of a welcome in Arabic. And we have our president of National Junior Honor Society, Holden Leggett, and our president of our student council, Dejanay Brown. So those are our speakers today at promotion. I know some of you had some questions and talked to me specifically afterward about the deadline, about what they submitted, but those are our speakers so far. That's more students than we've ever had in the past speaking and participating in the ceremony. So as we get closer to Wednesday, we'll talk about what that looks like and where you sit. Are you on stage? Are you in the crowd? All of those things as we practice. So congrats to those. I did speak to you individually, but if please work with your ELA teachers, and or Ms. Walters is also volunteered to share. So your ELA teachers, Ms. Novotny, Ms. Valenti, Mr. Perry, as well as Ms. Walters on your speeches. Those are your support people. So make sure you're working on it. If you haven't started it really yet, and you have maybe an outline or a thought, make sure over the weekend you put some work in so we can get it ready and you can practice for Wednesday. So tonight, we have our Skyzone event. This is not new information. I just want to kind of remind some folks, remind you guys of some things, and so we can make sure it goes off without a hitch, and it's a great experience, a great night for all. So it's tonight, 6 to 8 o'clock. It's only for West Rock's grade 8 students, only you guys. We have the whole place to ourselves. Had a couple questions whether it's lights off or lights on. It is lights on. It is not a lights off event. So it'll be lights on tonight. Registration. So registration is going to happen from 6 to 6:15. When you arrive, you're going to go in, you're going to walk in the main entrance, and you're going to go right to the main desk and actually check in. If you have been to Skyzone before, chances are you have a waiver on file. If you already have it on file, they're going to look up your name. They're going to check off that you're there because that's our attendance list as well. You will be given socks. You'll be given socks by Skyzone, and then you'll be able to jump. And you jump from 6:15 to 7:45. There'll be food. You do not have to pay for any food. There is no purchasing. There'll be music. There's an area that we can hang out and then bounce and jump from 6:15 to 7:45. So really important. If you've been to Skyzone before, chances are you have a waiver on file. If you've never been to Skyzone, you probably do not have a waiver on file unless you filled it out over the last couple of days. Unless you or your parent or guardian has filled it out, you do not have one on file. It is different from the field trip form. The field trip form does not count as the Skyzone waiver. That Skyzone waiver is specific to your jumping and liability and that event and Skyzone itself. So you need that online waiver. I would encourage you, if you haven't done or you're not sure, you ask your parent or guardian today when you get home prior to tonight's event that it make sure it's done. Because if you don't have one, your parent or guardian is going to have to walk in with you at 6 o'clock, fill it out, and then you can go in and jump from 6:15 to 7:45, hang out, have music and food and all that. So 6:15 to 7:45. But at 6 o'clock, that's when registration opens. That's when doors open. You are not allowed to bring a bag into the place. We do not have lockable space there. It's only those cubbies for those people who have been, where you put your shoes. So if you bring a bag, you can't lock them up. So keep your bag. There's no reason for you to need it. So your bag, you should keep it at home because all there is cubbies, and we risk theft. We risk all of those things. Nobody's going to stand guard over those. So please keep your bags at home and only bring what you have on your person. And when you check in. If you have any questions on that, you can talk to me, Miss Golding, Miss Amaral, and we'll see if we can get that straightened out before the end of the day today, before we leave. And so you're all set at 6 o'clock, so you're not wasting time between that 6:15 and 7:45. It is important that you have a ride waiting by 8 o'clock. Okay, we're going to release. It's late. It's Thursday night. We have another big day tomorrow. Please make sure if you're carpooling, if with family or friends, make sure they're ready at 8 o'clock. I know parking isn't perfect over there, but if you make sure you have that ride waiting at 8 o'clock, it is going to be a late night otherwise. Behavior, just please, the expectations remain the same, even though it's off campus, it's a school sponsored event, and you should behave yourselves, no nonsense, none of that stuff. I got to be honest, we have 2 police officers that will be there tonight. For safety reasons, obviously, but we rented them. We're paying for them to do overtime, NPD. And really, if there's an incident, it's going to be to them, not necessarily just to me or Miss Amaral. So just understand that, that's not to scare you, but we want to make sure we're safe. And we will have 2 police officers making sure that everybody's doing what they need to do. Otherwise, I really think it's going to be a great time. We're hoping to get as many students of our 8th grade class as possible. That's part of the reason for this event. So if you have any questions or any issues, I'm not sure how you can go or what any questions on waiver, please ask me, Miss Golding, Miss Amaral about it. With that, almost there. Just quickly on tomorrow. So we're going to have a great night tonight. Just quickly, tomorrow morning, you're going to come in normal time. You're going to go to homeroom like normal. You're actually going to go to your related arts world language first period. So after homeroom, you guys are going to go to your first period class. Then you're going to come back to homeroom. And then be called to the buses for maritime. You're going to be traveling around with your homeroom tomorrow at the Maritime. We have different movies. It's a 4D movie. There'll be small groups that when it go in there. As far as lunch, we're going to be eating outside. You can bring a bagged lunch, and we will provide a lunch for you from the cafeteria. It'll be a bagged lunch, sandwich, snack, fruit. And so those will be there, or a bag lunch if you want to bring it. No purchasing any lunches from the Maritime, and no purchasing anything from the gift shop. Okay. And all bags need to stay here. That includes those cinch bags. All bags need to stay here. You can only bring a lunch bag if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, and then we'll put it with all the all lunches. And then when we come back, we're going to have ice cream. Basically, you come back in the afternoon, you'll report back to homeroom. We'll make sure the ice cream truck is there. Then you're going to come outside, extra recess, ice cream. We got like 12 choices. You're going to get an ice cream, hang out, extra recess till the end of the day tomorrow. So it should be a lot of fun tonight and into tomorrow. Just make sure we're making good choices, meeting our expectations behaviorally and being responsible and accountable for our own behavior, and just enjoy because we only got a few days left. You got Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that's promotion. 4 days and middle school is done for you guys. So congrats on making the journey. And we have a couple good days planned. We'll go at the end of tomorrow. We'll go into what next week's going to look like for a promotion and so on and so forth. But enjoy the next couple of days. Make sure we are responsible. If you have any questions, you can talk to me, Miss Golding, Miss Amaral about it. So in just a second, I'm going to go on to the loudspeaker, and we are going to see our grade 8 guest speakers. We have a few students and actually people ranging in age that are going to talk to you about their different journeys and from whether it be high school, college, and beyond, and how that made an impact on them. So when we break, when we travel, Alpha 8, you're going to go to the cafeteria. You're going to see when you walk in, the microphone is set up in the corner. So if you're looking at it, you're going to see the microphone set up in the left corner. The speaker is going to be there. And if you can sit in those loose chairs and just kind of turn them to face the speaker. And Alpha, you're going to stay in the cafeteria for all 3. Beta, you're actually going to go to Miss Jean's band room. All of those chairs are set up. All the chairs. So Beta 8 is going to go to the band room. And then Delta 8 plus Mr. Perry's homeroom. Delta 8 plus Mr. Perry's homeroom is going to go to the auditorium, file in just like you did earlier today, every other seat all the way in, and we'll have the speaker with the microphone. What's going to happen is they're going to talk about 3, you're going to have 3 speakers, about 8 to 10 minutes each. Then they're going to rotate. You guys are going to stay where you are, and you're going to have the second speaker. They're going to rotate. You're going to have a third speaker. I know your teachers, ELA teachers, have talked to you a little bit about some question and answers. So whatever your plan is for that, if people are asking or just to kind of addressing it, just be ready for that at some point in the speaker. And a special shout out to Miss Valenti, whose idea this was, Miss Walters, who supported. And you're going to hear a little more about Miss Walters in a little bit, as well as Miss Cosbob and Mr. Cherbo. So thank you guys for organizing it. And at this time, it's already 2:00. So at this time, if you can just proceed with your teachers down to those locations, I won't even get on the intercom. You can go ahead down now. Thanks, and see you in a few minutes.